notes through the hourglass. These are the songs of our lives. Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Songs of Our Lives. I'm Brad Rose. I am a musician, a composer, a writer, the founder of Foxy, Digitalis, and somebody who thinks about music and sound far more than is healthy. Each week, I invite on a guest to talk about the songs and the music that have made them and been with them along their journey. This week, I am absolutely thrilled to share this one with you. So whenever I came up with this idea and started developing this idea last summer, one of the first people I knew I wanted to have on this, maybe the top of the list, honestly, was Claire Rousay. I knew, I was just like, Claire would be so much fun on one of these. And so, hey, lo and behold, Claire has an incredible new album coming out on April 19th via Thrill Jockey called Sentiment. It is sort of unlike anything Claire has made, and it also feels like the most Claire Rousay album possible. I don't know how that's a thing, but that's where we're at. And yeah, so when I saw that she had an album coming out, I was like, okay, this is the opportunity. And Claire was game, and we recorded this a while ago, and it was, of course, it was just so much fun. You'll hear it. But I was listening to Sentiment over the weekend, and I was thinking about how, God, if I had heard, like, if Claire had been making this music 12 years ago or something, like, I was a very different person in a very different place. I don't know how I would have responded to it. Like, there are aspects of her music that makes me uncomfortable in a really good way. And I think had I been not where I am at in my life today, I think it would have, like, my insecurities would have been too, like, I couldn't have dealt with it or something. I don't know. I think she makes some of the bravest, most incredible, like, music that hits me in ways that not a lot of stuff does. Let's just put it that way. I don't know. I'm a huge fan. And, this again, like, this feels like the most Claire album, like, of her solo work that there is. And so I hope everybody checks it. I'm sure everybody will. So yeah, like I said, we recorded this a while ago, and I do want to mention, if you like this podcast and you think they're fun, come over to the Patreon, the Foxy Digitalis Patreon. Like, for as little as $3 a month, you can get these. Oh, you get them a week early for one, but you also get an extra section for each one. And oftentimes those sections, things get super ridiculous. There's been times where people make up their own questions for it even, which is a whole other fun, wild thing. So I'm just going to plug that, and I'm going to keep plugging that because it helps keep Foxy Digitalis going. But let's now get to the thing you really want to get to. And yeah, this was a blast. I hope y'all love it as much as I do. My guest today is a musician, a composer, and the founder and president of Emo Ambient. I don't know. Welcome, Claire Rousay. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So what's new in the world of Emo Ambient?
Oh God. I'm trying to think, like, what even is happening. I feel like the emo ambient thing died out. And
oh no.
I'm still making the shirts and paying for my rehearsal space with it. So
well,
not totally dead.
Yeah, I mean that rules. So you have a new album coming out called Sentiment, and it is on Thrill Jockey. And how long have you been working on this one?
I mean, I wrote the first song for it like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Wow.
It's like the longest I've ever worked on anything.
That's amazing. I am always so fast. Like I don't know, my ADHD brain doesn't let me do that. And I'm envious. Like how that's awesome. It's not really a question, but, so, cause you've been like teasing for a while, like, all the pop music and stuff you've got happening. So is this kind of the first big domino of that, or is this what you've been talking about?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it is what I've been talking about. I don't know. I think I've been talking about it more than I've been doing it, which is a trap that a lot of con artists, such as myself, fall into. But I don't know. I've been like writing songs forever, and this is kind of the first time that I've more seriously like released it or like put time and resources into presenting like song material.
Do you think that like you've talked about it a lot to sort of make yourself do it?
Yeah, I think like community, like accountability type situation. But I don't know. It's also scary. Like that
was going to be my next question is how scary is this?
Yeah, I think like actually taking a risk is, you realize how little people can care about it, or like how much people can dislike it. Maybe I think I would rather people dislike it than not care about it.
Oh God, yeah. I think about that all the time. Like I find like music that I actively dislike is so much more interesting to me than music I just don't care about.
Yeah,
not saying
exactly.
I actively dislike this record because I actually really love it, but
it's I don't know. I would hope that people dislike it rather than dismiss it.
Well, I mean, I would hope you probably hope they like it rather than
I think in my head that's off the table at this point.
Okay. Have you been doing any of this stuff live?
Yeah, I've been trying some of it live, in like different kind of ways over the last like 2 years. So, like sneak some of this stuff in, and it goes over well sometimes, and sometimes like I played this show in Portugal and I did like almost all songs during the set, and like everybody hated it, and then and then I was like nervous and rambled at the end and like talked for a while too long, and it was like it was a really bad show.
Wow. Gosh, that would be really intense. That like freaks me out just thinking about it.
Yeah, no, like the venue put me up for like 3 or 4 days because just that's the way it worked. I had like an apartment and everything. And then after the show, everybody was like, aside from like a couple friends that I have, everybody was like, I don't know if I like that. That was interesting. So,
well, I hope, it's going to be super, obviously I'm like not invested third party, but I'm excited to see how people react to it. Cause I think it's like, I don't know. This sounds weird. Like I have nothing to do with it. And I'm like scared for it. Like it's such, cause I know like what you mean. Like taking a huge risk is, I don't know. I feel it's scary and it's, I don't know, but I think it's admirable. So
thank you. Yeah. I feel like I've been leaning into like having a career way more lately. And I think that needs to end. So this might be a really good way to stop that.
Yeah. I know that feeling. Oh God, I know that feeling. Okay. Well, let's get into the real meat of things here. Oh, actually real quick. How did you end up with Thrill Jockey anyway? That was really exciting news to me, I think, but
Bettina sent me an email just saying, hey, and was like, if you ever want to do something, just let me know. Rules. And I was like, do you want to take a huge risk? And she's like, I'm not really seeing this as a risk, but yeah, sure. Like, we'll put it out. And I was like, sweet.
Awesome. That rules, man. See, it's stuff like that. That's why Thrill Jockey rules. So
anyway. No, totally.
Okay. Well, when I got your list of songs, I was really surprised. I'm going to give away some of it here. There was no pop punk, Claire.
I know. I feel like we've talked about that so much that I was like, I'll avoid it this time.
Okay.
There's so many. I think I have like multiple answers to a lot of these questions.
Oh, of course.
Too.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll go with the less obvious, maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe it was obvious.
I feel like pop punk has come up in episodes recently that I've recorded in good and bad ways. And so I was but I was excited. I'm like, there's so many songs on here that I'm like excited to talk about. But anyway, enough about that. Let's start as ever. And what is the first song that you remember?
Ooh, yeah. First song I remember, I've Got Music is the name of the song. It's like a beginner. Well, I don't really know the origins of the song, but the version I know is like a beginner piano piece. Yeah. Like one of the first things my mom taught me on piano. So that's kind of like, I don't know, the first thing I remembering, I guess, because I had to learn it, and it was the first thing I learned on piano that I was like, this is sick. It's like, I don't know.
How old were you when you started doing?
Started piano when I was like 4 or 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How long did you take lessons?
Only like 5 years, and then I quit, and then I started playing drums. But I had to learn piano. It was like the rule. Oh. If I wanted to do something else.
Do you still have like those skills?
I can play I Got Music, that's for sure.
Well, hey, that's,
yeah.
That's the basis for all your, like, all the keyboards on your songs is I've Got Music. It's like,
pretty much, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not super skilled, but I played piano for like this event on tour last fall, and I played like a grand piano, and I was like, oh god, I've been playing MIDI keyboards for so long that like I forgot what it feels like to play a real instrument.
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't even. Yeah, all I ever play anymore is MIDI keyboards. I don't even know. Like even playing guitar now feels weird to me. So, which is its own problem. But, okay, well that's great. So are you? I always ask this, and everybody always says no. But are you a big crier?
Yeah, I cry all the time.
Finally, somebody else that I can, because I feel I feel like I cry all the time. And
yeah, no, I'm like always crying. I cry at like everything.
Yeah, I cry at the dumbest shit. And
I'll be like scrolling on my phone and something sad, and I'm like, lately that's been a lot of things, but like mom tiger gives birth type thing.
Well, in that vein, what is a song that will always make you cry?
So Visions of Gideon, Sufjan Stevens song, but when it was repurposed for that Call Me By Your Name movie, which is now already kind of like something I'm like, ugh, about, for various reasons. But when I did see it, I was like, this was like a long time ago, but I was like with other gay people, and I was like, the Sufjan Stevens song that they redid, like, this is perfect for this movie. And then I was like, it is a little too perfect, and I kept reeling on it as it was playing in the movie theater, and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. It's like at the end of the movie, it's like really sad, and like for a couple years after that, I was like, if I ever needed to cry and I couldn't, I literally put on not just the song, but like a clip on YouTube of the end of the movie with the song.
Oh wow. So
I would literally watch like 5 minutes of that movie, and then I'd be like, that one part.
That was it.
Yeah, and then I could cry.
I've never seen the movie.
It's not worth it. Don't do it.
Okay. But the song is like, yeah. Oh.
It's really sad. And like when it first came out, I was also really into the song, like removed before the film used it.
Yeah, I just, God. And like I don't know. I hadn't thought about him in a while until last year. Like when he had an album come out and he was talking about like his partner dying and stuff, and it just oh my god. So now anytime I think of Sufjan, I just cry basically. It's so heavy, and I don't know, but
so much of it is crying music. So
I know. He like when he gets in that mode, it's just like I don't know. There's not many better.
Yeah, and also the way that I can like cry at stuff where I'm like, I can cry at pretty much anything. I feel like that's how he feels about writing songs. He can just like kind of like bust it out real quick.
Yeah, he's got it's like he's got that skill that actors have that they can cry on command. He can just like write that thing.
Right, like an amazing, yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could do that. That's it's an impressive skill. Well, on the other side of that, what's a song that'll always put you in a better mood?
Ooh, I'm the One, which is like a DJ Khaled song with like a lot of features on it.
Yeah.
Primarily the Justin Bieber feature. But man, that song's so good. Like I had a friend who was also really into that song when I first heard it. And we were like, this is like the perfect song. Like it's so catchy. It puts you in a good mood. Catchy. And all the features are really like solid.
I know. Even like, I mean, because this isn't that old, is it? I don't know. And then even Wayne sounds good. And
yeah, it's like,
and he's so like with him with like Wayne these days, it's like God, you got like a 10% chance of getting good.
No, totally.
And I fucking love Lil Wayne, like one of my favorites. But yeah,
I agree. Like probably the best to do it, but also at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think when you get to a level and you just get paid to do whatever.
That's when you start making like new age flute records, right?
Literally, yeah. I would love to do even less than I do now and get paid for it. Yeah, 2017, 16, 17 was when it was.
So that's, I mean, recent-ish. Yeah, I love the, like everything. I love everything about this, but then like at the end, doesn't Justin Bieber kind of start trying to sound Jamaican or something? I don't know. There's like, it gets a little weird, but that's okay.
It gets into some questionable territory, but also I think like there's so many people. No, everybody on here isn't questionable besides, well, DJ Khaled and Justin Bieber, I guess, are like maybe questionable. I don't know. It's
what's the other spot other than Wayne and my blind's
Chance is on it. You got Chance the Rapper.
And
then you got what's his name? Quavo.
Oh yeah.
Which I didn't know about until this song, but he's like 30 and been doing it for a minute.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this one puts me in a good mood too. It's just I could listen to like the tone of the bass synth too, just like pipe that into my brain.
Like people have a lot to say about DJ Khaled, but I think his production is legitimately good, and his origin story is really good too. And he's also like, I don't know, he's got a lot going on up there.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I don't know. I wish I could like find that bass tone.
Yeah, no, exactly. I also just, I don't know how he operates like on a day-to-day.
Yeah. Well, yeah. What does the day of
level.
DJ Khaled look like? Like, what is his? I can't even imagine.
Like somebody brings him his food in bed, and then he's like,
he needs a reality show.
I know. Yeah, I feel like he could not have a reality show. I think that it's like too many. There's too much room for error.
Right. Yeah, and it would ruin the mystique. So you can't. Okay. Well, if it's not this song, what is objectively the best song of all time?
Oh, When You Were Mine, Prince.
Oh, yeah. That's yeah.
Yeah, I went through like a Prince phase, I think like 6 months ago. Like a really, really deep. Only thing I would listen to in the car. And like that song, I think I listened to like I like did the thing on the phone where like you can loop the one song from the record. And my girlfriend's like, please stop.
Yeah. God, this is one of those songs there's not a ton of them, but like this is a song I could listen to like 100 times. Like there are a lot of songs that I love, but if I listen to it 10 times in a row, I'd be like, oh my God, fucking turn this off.
Yeah, but
this will never get old to me ever.
yeah, I also think that like it's like way longer than it should be, but I think that's also classic for him.
Yeah.
And then, but also like when you read the lyrics, like outside of the music, you're like, oh my God, this is so sad.
I know. God, didn't have the decency to change the sheets line. Oh my God.
I know. Yeah, it's like some
brutal.
like, yeah. I was like, you're on like, I don't know. I mean, on some Prince shit, but like, I was like, that's like a Leonard Cohen line or something.
Right. I love this is oh my God. And that whole album too, like Dirty Mind is
Yeah. I mean, that's my favorite record. I was looping that one forever.
I know, and I feel like it doesn't get I don't know. I feel like that one doesn't get the love that it should because I
agree.
I think you're maybe the first person that has told me that it's also their favorite because that's my favorite Prince record. But
damn, yeah. I mean, the production on it is like, I wouldn't say it's like unlike other records, but I feel like it does stand out.
Yeah, well, and he's like cramming so many things to get like even on this song, it's like there's like this kind of like doo-wop vibes, but then it's like power pop and almost even like post punk, and I don't even it's fucking bananas.
I mean, yeah, I think it was like I don't know very much about the recording process of the record, but yeah, it just seems like I don't know. It feels very much like a mixtape type thing.
Yeah, it's Prince. I don't know. I was saying I've had this conversation recently how I want to do some of these episodes where people can only pick songs by one artist, and Prince would be like one of the best to do.
That would be good. Yeah, I feel like you could also include like Prince songs and then songs Prince was featured on where he like sings and he's like, I have to also play guitar.
Oh, right. Yeah. Or just songs Prince wrote and didn't.
And yeah.
Like, God. Well, that is objectively the right answer. So good. Okay. Well, what is the song that you used to love, but now like you listen to it or you heard it recently and it just doesn't really do for you. And you're kind of like, no.
Okay. So this is like a pretty bad answer. I mean, it's like a good answer, I think, but it's like some stuff I was into and I was like on this shit when I was like 12 years old, which is like, even at 12, I'm like,
you should have known better.
I should have fucking known better. But it's this song called Sellout by this dude that is chaotic. And he played in music under the name Never Shout Never for a while. This is like some of the most like cringe MySpace, like as MySpace as you can get. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like people wearing like kids wearing headbands, but like straightening their hair.
Oh no.
And like they're like, I'm a hippie, but like I give all my money to Hot Topic. that type of thing. Like kids that like will live and like die in the mall.
Oh God.
But I thought it was like this sellout song about the music industry or whatever. But
I'd never heard this, and when to all the punks back home, you can kiss my ass. I literally laughed because it's just like, really? You're gonna like,
it's so bad.
Yeah. Like this would have even like the lyrics for this would have even been bad in like 1993 when, selling out was a totally different, bigger, not a bigger deal, but you know what I mean? Like what was this? Like 2008 or something? I don't know, but it's rough.
I know. And it's also, it's like I think it was like put out on like Warner or like a sub of Warner. Like this was like a major label release.
And and you're singing to all the punks, but a song called Sellout to the, oh my God.
It's rough. It was like, I think I'm like, this is actually some of the worst music I've ever heard.
Is this guy still around? I don't even know I wonder if he's still around. I don't even know. I
haven't looked this person up, but I think this person has to still at least be alive, I think.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if this person was making music, at least music even anywhere close to what this sounds like.
I feel like I know nothing about this guy or this band or anything, but I feel like there's like pictures of him on stage wearing like a headdress or something. Like there's like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And-
And I'm like, I don't know. I also think that like the people that were children that listen to this are like 30 now.
Yeah.
So if it was like a nostalgia thing and like this dude was still playing shows, the people that would be in the audience would literally be 30, and that's bad.
To be like 30 and singing along to this and think, oh God. Oh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like imagine being 30, like you get your babysitter for the night and then you like go to the show.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for admitting that you used to love this.
Yeah, no, totally. I felt like I was like it's like good to share. I don't know. I thought my picks for this were like pretty revealing.
Yeah. No, that's why I love doing. I like when I started doing the show, I always walk away from this feeling like I know people, because as I tell everybody, it has nothing to do with the songs. This is about really you get to know people and it's fun. So now, like, obviously I don't know anything. I know that the answers to 5 of these are, but yeah, this from what I know of you, this feels very on brand. So
good. Yeah. It makes me happy that you didn't know what this was, because that gives me hope for your life.
Yeah. Well, I'm a lot older, so maybe that's probably I've got plenty of horrible, I mean, good God, Claire, I'm wrapping up doing a podcast on Rancid that's over 80 episodes long. So fuck, I have nowhere.
That is cool. That's very cool.
It's something. Okay, well, on the sort of flip side of that, what's a song that people hate but you don't give a shit? You love it.
Closer by the Chainsmokers. I think that song bangs.
It's like just that song is all hooks.
It starts with a hook. It's like 5 hooks on like different instruments looped.
Yeah, and it I don't know. I'm a sucker for things that, like, I do think that this kind of sucks, but also I'm a sucker for big anthemic sounding things, like, because I don't know, that's like type of music I don't know how to make. And
I also think like if I tried to make any kind of like anthem, it would sound so small and pathetic.
Right. Yeah.
But these dudes did it. And I don't know, when I first heard the song, it was like on the radio. Like I heard it like in the car, in the tour van, on the radio, and like doing like a December tour through like Oklahoma. Like I was driving from New Mexico through Oklahoma heading east, and it was like on the radio, then it started snowing really bad, and the service, like the radio signal, started going out, and I was like, I couldn't figure out. I was trying to figure out what station it was on, and I was like scanning and I would scan this, like the radio on this drive, like up and down, just like waiting for a station to play this song, and I got it like 3 times, and I was like, okay, this has to be a pretty big song. But I was like so into it. It's like that hook is that like synth hook is so good,
fucking undeniable. Oh my God, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the hugeness of it gets me. I was doing one of these over the weekend with Jeremiah Chu, and we were talking about M83 and how like I can't help myself. I have a soft spot for it's
huge.
Yeah, make big epic synth songs, and I'm probably gonna be like, okay, it's like a.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not like it. Also, Jeremiah, what a guy! I love him so much.
I don't know anything about him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say Jeremiah?
Jeremiah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm I'm feeling old now.
No, you're good. You're good.
What is it you love?
Oh, I love him. Great dude.
Fair enough. Oh, Jeremiah. Sorry. That got weird. I thought you were talking about a member of the Chainsmokers. I was like, what?
No, I don't know those people.
Yeah,
I wish I knew those people.
Oh yeah, Jeremiah Chu is a wonderful, delightful human being. Oh my God.
Yeah, the third chain smoker.
Yeah. That would be something. Hey. I mean, hey, he opened for M83. What, come on.
I know, yeah.
He can do anything.
Come on, get some live synths on this. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, well, what's the most romantic song? Do you consider yourself a romantic?
I consider myself dramatic. And I think romance is in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's interconnected.
Yeah. Breathe in My Ear, Kath Bloom, and Loren Connors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite records ever. This is on. Oh.
Me too. It's definitely my favorite record of hers, and like one of the 2 records of his that I'm like obsessed with. But that song is my favorite song on that record also. I play that record all the time at home. I got it during they like did like a reissue, and I bought it, and it was like during COVID, and there was a snowstorm in Texas, and it like knocked the power out for a long time. So I was like, I got the record. Yeah, I got the record in the mail, started listening to it, and I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever heard. And then the power went out, and I was like, after listening to it like 3 or 4 times, and then the power's out for like days, and I was like, the only thing that I care about is like getting the power back on so I can listen to this record again. Because I was like sitting in my living room. It was like, got the heaters on, and I'm like, as soon as the power comes back, I'm gonna be so sad. Yeah, I was listening to it like over and over. But I think this is like the most romantic song. I think I don't think I could like do what she does ever, or anything even close. But even like Loren's guitar playing is like so heartfelt and like delicate and just like desperate.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Yeah, I think there's like this. Speaking of like their drama, like being dramatic, there's like a real drama that he's playing, and that next to her, like her voice and her playing is very tender and very like that combination is like that's the definition of romance. It's like tender and dramatic.
Yeah, it's like the first time I heard this song, it tore me open. But then like having a physical copy of this thing is like, and that's kind of how I listen to music when I'm like obsessed with it. Is like I get a copy of it and then I just like loop it. But yeah, oh my God, everything about that record. But like that, I don't know what they were on, like that period where they made those records. It was just like the saddest, like
unbelievable. Yeah.
And it's so bare too. Like there's like, it's like dry and minimal. And I'm just like, wow, you really did the most that you could with the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the other record of his that you're obsessed with?
I mean, it's like it's hard with like I don't know, because he has like all these things that are like collections, but the Airs collections are like really good. I think that was like a recital thing that was collected and released.
Yeah. I think I was talking about,
Yeah, the Airs like 1 through 18 or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's
so good.
Lullaby is also a really good one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'm glad I haven't got to talk about this ever, so I'm excited that you picked it.
Yeah, I'm happy that we have so many of the same like favorites from these people. It's really cool.
Yeah, this makes this better, I think.
Yeah, no, I've never met either like Loren or Kath, and I really want to.
Yeah,
like I like not to like be friends or anything, because like they don't need me in their life like that. But like I just want to like be in the same room, and I've had like chances to, and I've kind of like missed it somehow like every time. But those are 2 people I'm like, I need to at least just like sit in a room with you.
Yeah, just like be in their presence. And
yeah.
Because and especially because they feel like people who have a presence. Like, I mean, there are people who, I don't know. I mean, so we're recording this the day after like Phil Neblock passed away, and like Phil Neblock had a presence. Like you could just be in a room with him, and even if you didn't talk to them, it's like it just And so I feel like they are, because I've never met either Loren or Kath either, and they just feel like I don't know.
Yeah, and also like similar vibe, down for anything. Like really just down, like love music, love the gig.
I know. I think they're seeing all the sort of outpouring for Phil and from so many people in so many different ways. Like the big takeaway is like, don't ever, like, I don't know how you for 60, 70 years you keep that, but it's like, don't lose that. Like, just be down, like be up and be a good egg and be down and stick to your shit. I don't know.
Yeah. No, the lifer mentality. It's real.
It is. Well, what is a song that changed your perspective on an artist, either for better or for worse?
Blood White, Elliot Smith. That was like the first Elliot Smith song that I fell in love with. Before that, I was like pretty neutral on it. I was like, this is too complicated. This is too complicated to listen to.
Wow.
But I was in like a band with my friends as like a teenager, and they were all like way more into like, they like only listened to like 90s rock and like pretty deep. So they're like, oh, this is like a hit, so like we'll cover this at the end of our set, and this will be like the thing that everybody knows. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I look it up. I'm like, never heard the song before, but I was like 15 or something.
Oh wow. Okay.
But before that, Mari was no, not before that. But Mari tried to get me like really into like the deep cut stuff, and I was just like, this is like just too much. And I think it just was too much. Like I wasn't used to music being that that much like thought put into it, maybe, or like not marketed as heavily. I mean, at that point, it was being marketed pretty heavily, but
right.
Yeah, there's just like something about it that was like really pure. And I think I wasn't used to music being like that pure.
So like once this sort of, I don't know, cracked the code, have you come back around to all the other stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I would say like top 3 artists that I like know everything, and I like front to back catalog, like obsessed with like B-sides, deep cuts.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And this is like, I don't know. I liked like the magnificence of EXO, like compared to some of the other stuff. Because it is like pretty orchestrated and like not as bare as most of the other stuff. But I think this song was like a perfect mix of like hook, kind of like mid-tempo rock, which I would have always been into, and I was playing drums on it, and it's like a fun song to drum on.
I can see that.
So,
yeah, it's such a good song. Have you seen? I love that like Elliot Smith on a morning show clip has been making the rounds again on wherever. Have you seen that?
Which one is it? I'm obsessed right now with the MTV one, but I don't know if I've seen the morning show one.
Yeah, it's on some morning show, I think in Boston or something. It's like one of these, local station morning shows, and he's on there for an interview or perform. It's like the weirdest, like surrealist thing of like him in this, because those environments are the brightest, sunniest vibes in the world, like fakest, sunniest vibes, and then you have like Elliot Smith trying to, I don't know. I find it's weird and endearing, and I mean, I just love him, so I'd like to see him in anything, but it's seeing him in obviously not his element is pretty rad.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it, but I'll look it up and see if for some reason I haven't. I'm obsessed with like that MTV one where he's like on the stool and the dude next to him's like, so bro, tell me about this guitar. Tell me about this tattoo you got, bro.
Yeah.
That's like the most like MTV interview thing ever. And he's like, well, I sort of like, and this guy's like, yeah, man, that's dope, bro. That's dope. You gonna shred some songs for us?
Yeah. I feel like that often sometimes when I'm interviewing people, and they just want to talk about gear, and like I don't give a shit about gear, and they're like, oh, just talk about like these synths. I'm like, I'd really rather not. I want to know what makes you cry. I want to know what makes you, that's way more interesting to me than your fucking, I don't know what. Anyway.
Yeah, so, no, I get it.
I'm sure you get asked about gear all the time.
I don't know anything about gear. I don't know how to play anything. I don't know how to use any gear.
Hey, I've been doing this for like 30 years and I fucking don't have a clue what I'm doing. I know how to do what I know how to do, and people are like, oh, yeah. So you had at least 5 years of piano lessons. I don't know. I get people who are like, oh, what key is this? I'm like, I have no fucking clue what key this is.
Yeah.
Like,
MIDI, baby.
Yeah. There's online tools you can put it into and it'll tell you. That's how. Yeah. Okay. So what are your favorite lyrics? Which feels pertinent because you wrote a lot of lyrics for your new record.
Yeah.
Do you like writing lyrics?
I think so. It's like the most direct, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm really nervous to release this record of songs with lyrics, and the lyrics are all just like about getting blown, or like you're like, oh yeah, this is the oral sex song, this is the sex in the bathroom song, this is the drunk sex song. So I guess I guess I like talking about it. Yeah. Favorite lyrics, entire song or just a single line? I'm gonna go on the internet so I don't mess up the order of this. But the song is "Breakfast in Bed," which is like a dental song. Mm-hmm. But they got Mr. Connor Oberst to sing it, so it's dramatic. Yeah. But yeah, like hookup song in the hotel room, some hookup that shouldn't have happened, or something like that. But there's these lyrics in it because they're in like a hotel and it's the morning after. But then he says, we can lay around, you can kiss me till the maids come kick us out. It's 11 now, so make every second count. And I'm like, whoa, that's genius.
It's really
like, when I first heard it, I was like, the delivery and like the setup and everything from the other lyrics makes it hit harder, but it's like mid-verse line. Like it's not like a punch at the end of a verse or like in a chorus or anything like that. It's kind of just this like, things are moving along.
Yeah, and that makes it hit harder because it comes. Yeah, you're not ready for it at all.
No, totally. I really love this song though. I think the lyrics in it are really good. And I'm notorious for my bright eyes love. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I know there's like some drama always, but I'm pretty into it still. Some of it I've also gone maybe this isn't for me anymore route as I got older, but most of it I'm still pretty like, I'll stand behind, especially like musical and like production choices I think are pretty sick. But yeah, the song very much a fave. I covered it, and that's coming out. Yeah, as like a Valentine's Day thing. I'll send it to you after this, but like it's coming out on Flora Yin Wong's label.
Oh, awesome.
She it's like a covers like Valentine's Day compilation. So like a bunch of people cover their favorite love song.
Oh my god, that rules. Oh yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, no, I feel like I missed the boat on Bright Eyes. I don't know. I think it was like when it came out, I just wasn't the right age. But like one of my claims to fame, I always like to say, is when I was 17, I played a show in Omaha at the Cog Factory, it's a old shitty place that put on amazing shows. And Connor Oberst was one of the openers when he was like 14 or 15.
Yeah, that makes sense. I love that.
Yeah.
That's a good claim to fame, I think.
Yeah, it was I think I still have a recording of like my performance, which was terrible. It was when I did this. It was like songs. It was really bad.
That rules.
Yeah, it was.
Songs are fun though.
Yeah, no, I I think about writing songs. I haven't done it like really written songs in so long, but I think about it a lot. Someday I'm gonna, I don't know. I want to, like, my partner and I, we have a band called Alter Ego. Like, we haven't done a record in 12 years or something, 10 years. Our last record came out right before our kid was born, and now I don't. When the fuck are we ever gonna do that? But we always talk about it. We're like, we got to do another Alter Ego record, and that was all just like pop songs.
That rules. You definitely should. But I get it. Writing songs also just like feels kind of gay. So, I like when I do it, I'm like writing lyrics. I'm like, God, this is so stupid.
That's the part. I don't know. Every time I try to start doing, like, I don't know. One of these days, though, it's gonna happen. Like, my kid she's 10, and one of these days she's not going to hang out with me as much, and I'm gonna have like all this time I don't know what to do with, and that's when I'm gonna write my silly little songs.
You're gonna write your sad songs about your kid not wanting to hang out with you anymore.
That's gonna be the next Alter Ego record. Our kid doesn't want to hang out with us anymore.
Oh, yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna start getting emotional thinking about it. So we need to move on. Okay,
let's keep going.
What's the last song that you completely fell in love with?
Ooh, yeah, TikTok by Young Thug.
Young Thug to me is like the greatest artist of the last 20 years.
I agree. I completely agree.
I love him so much.
I love Young Thug so much, and this song is amazing. They did it was like the Tiny Desk. I think it was the Tiny Desk thing that was like the quarantine version.
Oh,
And his Tiny Desk was just, I mean, it's like a huge production. Like that was like
right.
That was like when artists who are huge, like their Tiny Desk was like cost more than like a concert to make.
Right.
He has like, like for the song, like Travis Barker comes out and just like shreds real quick. It's like, because that's what everybody's like at home quarantine, like concert is.
Right.
But I heard the song originally on that.
Oh, wow.
Like, when it was like part of that cycle of like all the songs that were coming out. And I was like, this is a good song. And the live version is so good. His vocals on it. I'm like, you are like one of the only people in this genre that like have a good live vocal performance.
Oh my God. Yeah. Right. Man.
Because a lot of it's just like the track and they're just yelling over it.
Yeah.
And it's so good.
Oh, it's shit like that it's like he's just operates on a different level than everybody else.
Yeah. It's really unreal. Like he's so beyond.
And what's happening to him right now is fucking most bullshit.
I agree.
Shit.
I totally agree. I didn't know that it was a state by state thing where it's like they can't use lyrics against you in court or something. But it was really funny when they're like, so the judge is like charging him with like, like shooting somebody on this street at this time. And they like play back the lyrics. And he's like that time I shot somebody on that street at this time. And they're like, this leads us to believe that you this is a confession. Yeah. You did have something to do with this. And just like the fact that like, just like seeing him be like, oh shit. Like in his face, and but I'm also like that is bullshit.
It's such bullshit. I mean, yeah,
the whole thing that's happening is bullshit. But
what's your if you have to pick a favorite album? What's your favorite Thug album?
Oh my God,
it's hard. I don't know if I can pick one, but
I'm trying to figure out the one. What is it on? I didn't love Business is Business as much as the other ones. It's still really good. But the Thugger Girls one is my favorite. What is that one?
Beautiful Thugger Girls.
Beautiful Thugger Girls.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. That like.
Yeah. That song Relationship with Future on it is like one of my favorite songs ever.
Jesus Christ, Claire. Thank God. Yes. I feel like I love him, and I love like Jeffrey, and I love Barter Six, and I love And with like the ones that I feel like everybody picks. I feel like nobody ever picks Beautiful Thugger Girls, and I fucking like it's like acoustic ballads, Young Thug style. Like, how could you not love it? It makes no sense, and it's genius.
The thing that caught me, I first heard that song like without the rest of the record, but I also just like I love the cover where he's holding the guitar upside down.
Yes.
And then he's like holding the acoustic guitar. It's like the pick guard is facing up. He clearly does not know how to like finger any chords because he's like holding it all weird. And I'm like, he's about to go like DJ Khaled, Bob Marley guitar on that thing.
Yeah. It's so good. Oh,
it's such a good record.
I know. I still listen to it all the time. It's one of my go-tos, and it puts me in a good mood too. That's like one of the ones that just makes me happy. So
I think because Jeffrey came out right before that, nobody was like, I don't know, people weren't as into it because it wasn't as much of like a statement. Although I think it was.
Yeah. I think it got overshadowed for whatever.
Totally. Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those things that like 20 years from now when people, it's like the 20th anniversary of it or something. I guess it wouldn't be 20 years. That'd be like 10 years from now. But anyway, people are gonna be like, oh shit, this is, maybe
not. I think so. Barter 6 is also really good if you want to go early Young Thug, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, what's the best hype song? A lot of Young Thug songs you could pick here, but what is the best hype song?
Tattoos by Little Tracy.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not like, I don't think everything Lil Tracy does is great, and I know he's a controversial figure within that community. But I do think that this song is sick. I definitely love driving around listening to this song.
This is the production on this is so good too. This is like one of those ones where like the bass synth, not to get like all nerdy gear stuff, but God, that bass, I could just, again, like the DJ Khaled song, just like pipe that straight in my head, and I'm just gonna be like,
yeah, that's your like resonant frequency right there.
Exactly.
No, kiss the tattoos on my neck and tell me that you love me is so sick.
Yeah, that is good.
I
want to go drive through my neighborhood with this. Like, I mean, it's like freezing fucking cold outside right now, so I'm not going to go drive around with the windows down. Although that would be cool, but this does seem like a good song for that.
I definitely would drive around San Antonio late at night, like coming back from the bar, listening to this with the windows down. But like, kiss the tattoos on my neck, baby, tell me that you love me, pick you up in a Ferrari, fuck you in the front seat. That's so sick. Yeah.
If that can't get you hyped, I don't know what can.
I know. I would like listen to it every time I make a Bandcamp sale, and I'm like balling out. That's right.
Oh man, I love that. I wish more people would pick this question so I can make a playlist for when. Not that I ever go out and like need to get hyped up, but yeah, when I get those Bandcamp sales, few and far between Bandcamp sales. Okay.
I listened to this in the green room right before playing a show in New York recently because I like the whole day had been like really busy and I was really stressed out, and I was like, I need to like make myself feel like really cool and like ready to like rock this show. And it was like a big show. Like it was like we were playing with William Basinski, but like we were playing before, and everybody else in the band, like Mari and like Leia, we were all playing together.
Right.
And I was the only person that wasn't like on the level. And I was like really kind of like stressed out, and like I didn't really want to play. And they're like, there's 1,000 people here. And I was like, okay. Yeah, that sounds great. And I was like, put this song on my headphones. I'm like just sitting in the green room, just like watching like Billy Basinski just destroy like a 24 case of Corona.
I want to get him on this show.
He's fun. I'm supposed to go to his house for ribs this weekend.
Awesome. What a life.
LA, baby.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got two left. We have the two quote unquote big questions left. So, what is the song that means the most to you? And not necessarily because of the song, but associated with something or someone.
Oh yeah. Sunshine in Chicago by Sun Kill Moon.
So, what is it? What is it that song reminds you of that makes it?
That record, but that song specifically. Because the record's so long and it eventually would just like I would stop listening to it. It's like 2 hours long.
Yeah.
But like the first half of that record, Mari showed me that record when we were on tour together, like in the early days. This year is our 10-year friendship anniversary.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. But in like probably like the second year we knew each other, we were touring like a lot, just the two of us together, and I was like playing her music, like not touring as like a package thing. But I was like playing drums in her band or whatever. And she showed me this record, and we were driving around and like driving all across the country, like doing these huge drives. And it was just us. And it was like the first time we got to hang out like really one-on-one. And then we like connected in this very special way. And we were like, this is going to be a lifelong friendship. So yeah, Mari showed me this. I was like, this is amazing. And then we like played Chicago one day, and it was like, the sun was shining in Chicago, and it was like, it's supposed to be winter, but it was warm. And I was like, wow, this is so perfect. And Mari like put it on as we drove into Chicago, and I was like, yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's like our BFF record. It's really cute.
That's really awesome. It's too bad Mark Kozelek's such a piece of shit.
He's terrible. I was gonna go see him play the other day, and then I like talked to my partner about it, and I was just like, because he can't get any shows anywhere anymore, so he plays he plays like one show in Venice, like all the way on the west side at this bar that like the rest of the nights of the week has like cover bands.
Oh my God.
It's basically just like a burger restaurant.
Oh my God.
And like, and tickets are $12. And I was like, tickets for my shows aren't even $12.
Yeah.
Like in this economy.
Holy shit.
He like can't get gigs, which makes sense because he's like
genuinely a fucking terrible,
a bad dude. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like so, because he's written so many songs that I really love. And it's
me too. And obviously he's obviously like a lifer.
Yeah. He's not going to do anything else.
No. And he keeps making music even though he's been like very thoroughly canceled. Yeah. And he's just playing like burger restaurants because it's like the dude can't give up the gig. Like he loves it that much, but he's a terrible person.
Looking forward to the like Sun Kill Moon Ryan Adams tour that'll inevitably happen someday.
Yeah, it'll happen when like everybody who canceled him is like giving up. Then they'll like come back for the revival, and then
it's like the world's literally on fucking fire. Sure, why not? Let's just go like sing.
Literally.
Like well, I do love that it's like your and Mari's.
Yeah, it's definitely the BFF record, but we keep that under wraps a little bit. I guess not anymore because I'm sharing this with everybody. But
okay, well, last question. What is, at least as of this moment, what is your favorite song?
Oh yeah, New Monkey by Elliot Smith.
It's a perfect song.
The only artist I put on here twice for that reason. Yeah, no, perfect song. Like, and definitely my favorite Elliot Smith song, but like my favorite song ever, probably.
Yeah, it's an Elliot Smith bop, and who would think that is a thing? But it is.
No, it totally is. It's like a power pop song. It's so good. It's like almost pop punk.
This is as close as we get.
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. It's like his like faster paced like electric guitar thing, and there's like there's like a demo version that you can listen to that's where he plays it on organ first, like the chords and the melody, and it's like the most beautiful thing I've ever heard.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
I have to look that up.
It's really, really good. But yeah, no, perfect song, industry, hater song, super snarky.
Yeah.
It's
It's well, this was a lot of fun. I'm just still so excited that Beautiful Thugger Girls is your favorite.
It's so good.
It's my big takeaway from this.
No, I think that's a good takeaway. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people like that love Young Thug, so it's not like a special thing or whatever. But I don't know very many people that love that record as much as I do. Or
exactly.
Mari loves that record too.
Of course. See?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I feel like this whole time I've just talked about Mari, but which is fine.
That's fine. You know. And so the record is out on April 19th, and I'm guessing you'll have shows and tours and all sorts of stuff coming up.
Yeah, there's like I'm sure by the time anybody hears this, there'll be information on the internet.
There you go. Perfect. Awesome. Well, thanks, Claire.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks again. 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, 1,000,000,000 times. Claire Rousay. Please check out her record, Sentiment, on Thrill Jockey, April 19th. She's doing a bunch of shows, doing tours, links to all that stuff in the show notes. And if you are lucky enough that she's playing in your city or closer than she's playing in my city, you better get your ass to one of those shows. So, and again, listen to the record. You'll be doing yourself a favor. All right, that's it. And you know where to find me on Twitter, Instagram, send me an email, all those things. Join the Patreon. Like I said at the beginning, if that's not for you, take those couple bucks and buy a copy of Claire's record or buy tickets to one of her shows. That is it. See you next time. And until then, keep on listening to whatever the hell you want.